Hey everybody, welcome to the live streams of Global Trade Live. Today is 30th of November, last day of the month, and we are now live in New York session over here. So let's get started. So GBP did made a pretty good move over here in London session. Like it was a great move over here, but but what happened is right now it's just stuck inside a consolidation. Let me just go to, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's just stuck inside this consolidation right now, and Wahid Studios is saying, yeah, hi Raja wannabe. What are you trying to say, Wahid? Can you explain? Okay, so over here it's just stuck inside a consolidation, and according to this volume indicator right now the market can possibly go down, I think, because the major trend in GJ is sells. So let's just go to the bigger time frames. Yeah, I was a student of Raja. That's why. So over here, actually, Wahid, I also use much more things to trade, so a little bit different. Over here, GBP now testing the lower trend line over here. This major trend line coming from this point to this point, and then it's stuck over here, right? So this candle, this candle over here. Let me just zoom in. So this 4-hour candle broke below and closed below this trend line first, and then we had the previous candle, 4-hour candle, was a fake out candle. So now the current 4-hour candle has already gave us a huge rejection wick over here, and it's now stabilizing its price above the trend line. So now I'm afraid that GBP might be we might see GBP stuck between these two trend lines for a while. Like it may go up, test this area, then go down, like consolidation maybe. And today is last month of the day, so really, you know, let's see if we have a good movement today or not. Because already GBP had has made a good movement today. So also over here, if we talk about EuroCAD, then yesterday I was hoping that this gap will be filled, and I tried to take this trade over here, but was a losing trade at that point. Market didn't went up. I was expecting the market to fill this clean range, but after that, after two losing trades yesterday, the third trade was a winning trade. So yesterday was a break-even day for me. The last trade was over here. I made profits in this trade. So when this candle broke the low, it went all the way down. And after that, I was expecting the market to move further down, like fill this range, but it didn't broke this area, so I didn't sold EuroCAD yesterday again. But today, market just went all the way up. It just went all the way up at the time GBP went all the way down. So now, by looking at EuroCAD over here, it has created a new high. This is the new high over here, and if we go to the 45 minutes, yes, 45 minutes looks really good. So if I get a 45-minute candle closing bullish above these areas over here, then I'm gonna execute buys in EuroCAD. So I'm gonna remove everything from EuroCAD right now, and I'm gonna switch to the 4-hour. Let's see. Okay, let's analyze EuroCAD a little bit later. Sorry. So let me just remove everything from here also. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, so weekly candle is now coming down, and the weekly candle target can be this area. So it can tap this area, that means it can come down again. And if you go to the daily, this will be the target for daily, and market is roaming between these two areas. Now the current daily candle has created a higher wick, and it's coming down. It came down, but it rejected that area. Also, it just broke the lows of the previous two candles, so I think it will come down with volume and area today. So today my bias will be sells for GJ. So over here in EuroCAD, the 1-hour candle, it's clearly I can clearly see that it has created a new high. That means chances of going up in EuroCAD is really high right now. So let's see how the candles will be closing, because if this candle closes below this area, like this is the high, right? And if this candle closes below this area, then there cannot be any buy if the next candle close bullish, like, okay, because this is the high, not this one. So I'm gonna look for sells if the market crosses below this area over here, but I'm gonna remove this for now, and I'm gonna go to 45 minutes also. In 45 minutes the clarity is more clear, the market is more clear over here, because the candle will be closing below this support and this support over here, so the next candle can possibly move down, but I cannot take a sell trade because of these wicks over here, these wicks rejection. So to see clearly what is basically over here is switch to the lower time frames, and you will see the things more clear. So when I switch to the 30 minutes from 1 hour, 45 minutes, I see these problems over here. That means there is no range for me to trade. So the best range for me to trade is below this area for sells. And if EuroCAD will be going down, then GBP will be going up. But so okay, let's just continue analyzing GBP over here. So market was moving inside. Okay, this was the support over here, and this candle broke and closed below this support. So the previous 4-hour candle just went again up and closed back again up inside that range. That means this becomes a fake out, and the current 4-hour candle went all the way down, tested this low and the areas. It didn't broke the low, so the chances are that the current 4-hour candle might just starts to move up, break the high of the previous candle, and tap this area over here. So yeah, okay, perfect. So if I go to the 1 hour now, let's see what we have in 1 hour. So if I talk about 1 hour over here, then now the things are getting more clear. So now I know that this will be target, and I will be taking the trade according to this range only. And if we talk about the support now, then the support is shifted towards at this point. So now this is the support, and if I look at the left, over here, then we have this clean range. Hey Brandon, how are you? So today is there is uh, data at 8:30 Indian timings, US data. Okay. Yeah, Brandon, I just told Wahid that I was student of Raja Banks. Oh, finally, Shibu coin is just booming up today. Nice. So, if I talk about EuroCAD over here now, then look, the 45-minute candle of EuroCAD just closed below 1.44893, and I expect the current 45-minute candle to break the low and might move down again. But for more clarity, I need a better confirmation. 15 minutes is not good over here. So 30-minute candle is having 11 minutes left to close, so I'm gonna wait for 11 more minutes. Let's have a look at 45. This is the 1 hour. 1 hour is having 40 minutes. So I'm gonna stick to 30 minutes. If this candle closes bullish and the next candle respects the low and break the high of this current candle, I think at that point I can take a buy trade. The range is good over here. Okay, let me just check. GBP. Yeah, I really think GBP will be moving down. And this will be the target. If we talk about EuroCAD, yeah, EuroCAD actually should come down to this level to test the area. But the volume we have in EuroCAD today is really high, so it might just tap this area like a liquidity grab in the smaller time frame. It can be any time frame, and it starts to go up again. But if I look over here in this chart, then the candle has already closed above that area. That means this becomes the testing point, and if this becomes the testing point, then this candle has to reverse back, and if this candle has to reverse back, then the EuroCAD should be going up. Yeah, it's testing the trend line. Let's see how this candle closes. After that I can say something, but for now let's just keep an eye on GBP. GBP is having 8 minutes left to close. So if GBP closes below 150.595, then all the previous candles, look, all the previous candles were failed to maintain their price below 150.595. So if we get a candle closing below 150.595, that means that particular candle is doing something else different from all the previous candles over here, right? So I think let's just wait for a candle to close below. Look, I'm not gonna take an impulse trade. I'm gonna wait for a break and close below 150.595. uh, Even though that candle can be in 15 minutes, 45 minutes, any time frame. I'm just gonna wait for a close below 150.595 for a sell trade, because I think that GBP will be continue moving down. Okay, now let's set our target area. Like, what should be the target area? There should be no problem in this area because market always went down cleanly from this area. So I think the target can be set to this level. And this range is 22 pips. The range is also pretty good. So this is the no trade zone. Sells below 150.595, 598. Buys above 150.888. And in case of EuroCAD, I need a candle to close bullish, close in my direction, and then the next candle breaks the high. I'm gonna take a buy. Yeah, I really think that this will be reversing back, breaking the low, and continue moving down. But if EuroCAD will be moving down, then GBP will be moving up. That means it will consolidate for more time today. So that's not a good thing. Let's just check over here for EuroCAD. Okay, so this is the low volume area coming from day before yesterday, and market is now tapping over that area only. So the chances are market can reject this area possibly and reverse back to test the high. So 53 pips will be the range for EuroCAD. Let's see. Oh, yes, GBP guys, GBP will be moving down to this level. Monthly candle just went all the way down. It reversed all the way down back below. Okay, now I'm gonna just mark areas in EuroCAD because I think good cells will be below this area in EuroCAD. We have this clean range to cover up, so and this can come down to this level easily, 20 pips. Or I can say this area over here. Yeah, so the range over here will be, yeah, this will be the range. So the range in EuroCAD will be around 43 pips. It can easily move down 43 pips. I hope I'll be able to catch that range. And in GBP, this area might be a problem over here. The range becomes less at that point. So 30-minute candle over here just closed strong bearish candle. So right now 45-minute candle is again moving up over here, and let's just go to 3 minutes. So I'm gonna wait and see how this 30-minute candle will be closing, and also after 28 minutes 1 hour candle will be closing. So if the 1 hour candle will be closing bullish, I'm gonna enter a trade in the next 1 hour candle when that candle will be breaking this candle high over here. And I'm not looking at EuroCAD in 15 minutes because uh, it's just I'm really getting confused in 15 minutes. So I'm gonna look at EuroCAD in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and 1 hour. So 45-minute candle is also having 26 minutes left. 30-minute and 1 hour also same. So let's just wait for 26 more minutes and see how this candle closes, so that we can take the trade in the next candle. Okay, everybody. Hey, George. Good morning, buddy. So over here, EuroCAD 30-minute candle is closing bullish, but the problem is, okay. So 45-minute candle closed above that area. That means this becomes a fake out. If I adjust this to this level, yeah. Now this makes sense. So this becomes a fake out over here, and if the current 45-minute candle breaks the high over here, I'm gonna take a buy trade because the range is pretty good. This is around 15-16 pips of range, and if I look at the 1 hour, 1 hour is also looking pretty good over here. So I think this will be going again up to test the highs. So yes. So this will be the execution area for me. And if I look at GBP JPY, then the candle didn't close below that area. It just closed like all the previous candles. So I think it will take a little bit more time. But if I look at EuroCAD, it really looks good to me. Like, let's see. If it break the high, then that will be a good idea to buy EuroCAD. So 4 hour will be closing in 58 minutes. So if we are assuming that this candle will be going up, then this will be a huge wick rejection, and this candle might go up a little bit. Okay. So get ready, everybody. I'm gonna keep my stops below the current candle's low, which is 10 or 11 pips. Take profit will be between these wicks. Anytime it can just break the high over here. It just broke the high. Took a buy trade at this point. Keeping stops at low of the current candle, and target is set at 10 pips. .45068. So I'm running in 3 pips of profit right now. Let's see if it can go further up, because according to the 1 hour and 45 minute it really looks like it will be going up to test the high again, but according to the 15 minutes there is a problem over here in this area. But this trade is totally based on 45 minutes, so I think after this fake out it should be moving up again to test this high, and that will also this 4 hour candle will be reversing back and move up. Oh, look here, GBP is now heading towards down. It just broke the low of the previous candle, but I cannot take a sell trade in this area, so I'm gonna stick to EuroCAD only. Yeah, if I look at the 1 hour, it really doesn't look have any problem over here in 1 hour. It looks like it can easily go up to this level to test this area. Yeah. Okay, running in 4 pips. Once it crosses above 5 pips, I'm gonna plan the risk management of this trade. There is some rejection coming up in this area. Okay, so the trend line is there, that's why there is rejection coming up. You know, to continue moving up, EuroCAD has to cross and close above this level. Oh, it's coming down. It's rejecting. So this 5-minute candle is just having a few seconds left to close, and I like that this candle is rejecting this area. This is a very strong area. So closed half of the trade to manage the risk over here, because the candle is now switching down, so I'm not liking the way it's moving right now. I'll add the positions back, but once it starts to move up, only then. So over here 15 minutes is about to close in 30 seconds. Let's see if we can get a trade in this area. So below this area the clean range is not much in 15 minutes. So I think waiting for 30 minutes to close is a better option in GBP JPY. It's 15 minute in GJ also closed, and it closed bullish. But this candle closed below this area over here, so that's the issue. Closed another half at this point. You know, if the candles are rejecting this area over here, then I think, yeah. Okay guys, I have closed everything at this point. Everything I have closed at this point, because the market is rejecting this area and I don't like this thing. So what I'm gonna do is Let me just check how much I lost. Okay, so I lost around 3.5 pips in this trade. So I lost around 3.5 pips in this particular trade. So why I closed everything over here? The reason is, when I looked over here, I saw that it looks like a low. Like, market went down, created a resistance, went down, created a low, went up, testing the resistance over here. Now it can move down again to test the low and continue moving down. So this can also be a scenario of the current market conditions over here in EuroCAD, right? So what can we do to execute trades in this area? What I think is a better option to execute a buy trade is above this level. Yes, and it's really, there is a really good range over here. So now I'm gonna leave this level behind, and if the market really wants to go up, then it has to close above this area over here. And when our candle closes above this area, I'm gonna execute a buy trade, because I'm having a clean range of about 22 pips. Yes. So for sells scenario, what I can say is, if a candle closes in my direction, and at that point I think I can be able to take a trade. But for now, I'm gonna leave it as it is, because this was a bad trade. I can say that this was a bad trade over here. I should have waited for the market to close above 1.45242 area. Okay, George is on buys in Euro USD. That's really nice, because Euro USD is moving really good today. So 30 minutes is having 8 minutes left to close. I'm gonna wait for this candle to close, and if this candle closes below this area, then I'm gonna take a sell trade in the next candle. Let's see if this 30-minute candle closes above this area or closes below this area. Oh, really nice trade over here. But just be cautious about these wick rejections. If market starts to reject this area, just close this over here. Now EuroCAD is moving up. But I'm gonna be very patient over here. This 15-minute candle is about to break the high to move up. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait over here, because in the last movement it can just reject this price, like this candle did. It went all the way up but rejected. So I want to be a part of this trap. If this candle closes above this area, then in the next candle I'm going to take a buy trade. Otherwise, I'm just sit and relax. So analysis was correct. EuroCAD is moving up. It's just that at that point of time there was no volume to push the price really up. GBP is coming down again. That means EuroCAD is preparing to move up again. GBP will be moving to this area. That means EuroCAD will be moving up to this area, because they move opposite to each other. Let's just hope that it can maintain its price at above this level for the next 6 minutes. Otherwise, if it starts to go up in one single push, then there is nothing I can do about it. Okay, initial center chart over here, GBP AUD. You had a clean range over here, market went down, retested, retest happened, and when this candle broke the low, you took a, okay, you took sells over here. When this candle went up, broke the low, and yes, perfect example of the trade. Perfect, really good position took by initial over here. Everything is just perfect. The stop loss value is perfect, the trade execution is also perfect, and waiting over here is also really good, because I really appreciate waiting. And because if you wait, you get more clear setups. So really nice, nice George. Because that area was heavy rejection area. And looks like GBP will be closing over here, but there is no range now. There is no range. This candle should close below this area. If this candle closes above this area, then there will be no sells. With time and with candles, just adopt changing your setup ideas as well. Like now, with time, my setup was changed from this area to this area over here. This helps a lot, and this also avoid false trading. Sometimes we just took the trade because we feel confused, and we just take a trade because the markings are old on a particular setup. So just update the markings, update your areas with time continuously, because the market is also changing with time continuously. Okay, finally EuroCAD is breaking above this area. Now this is on breaking zone. We need a close also, and I need a close like this only. If we get a close over here like this, no, with a wick over here, that will be a beautiful trade to take, and that will be a good entry, not a bad entry like this one. Also over here, if the next 15-minute candle wicks up, breaks this low, that will be a good sell entry, but that will be a risky entry too, because the range is exact 10 pips, exact 10 pips over here. 40 seconds left. I'm ready for my second attempt. Oh, so what did this mean? This means 3 minutes left for our candle to close. 30 minutes, this candle can stretch down. Okay, I just want a rejection over here, otherwise. Okay, perfect. So if this candle breaks the high, I'm gonna take a buy trade. At this point, and GBP trade in GBP will be also good, but for that to go before going down, GBP, what the fuck, EuroCAD just dropped all the way down. Why? Oh, CAD news was here. Okay. Medium CAD news is there, so nothing to worry about. It will be doing good. So now if GBP/JPY breaks the price 150.467, I'm gonna enter a sell trade. Took a sell trade at this point. Kept stops over here. TP at 10 pips, running in 1.5 pips of profit, 2 pips of profit right now. Let's see. Oh, EuroCAD is also moving up. So GBP is running in 5.5 pips right now, 6 pips touched at this point. I'm not in EuroCAD trade now. So now if it comes back to break even, I'm gonna close half of the position. Let's see if it taps 10 pips or not. It should drop down over here. Yeah, 4-hour candle is also breaking the low, so it really needs some heavy volume over here to push the price down, because these wicks are rejection wicks. Let's see. So what do we have at this point? Come on, GJ, just drop down. Don't reject that area. rejection is coming up, so I'm gonna close positions once it gets back to break even, but I really don't want that to happen. So now we have 5-minute candle about to close over here, so this candle should be closing below this area or this wick to push the next candle down. If that happens, then we will be getting our 10 pips. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. Let's see how far it can really go. I'm planning to close everything at 10 pips because of the range. So 7 pips touched at this point. Oh fuck! What the hell? Market just went all the way down and it rejected that area. I have closed half at break even. Actually, I have closed everything at break even. The reason is this 5-minute candle. This candle went all the way down and it rejected heavily this area. And it just went up and closed back above these bodies. So I'm not liking this kind of setup over here. Plus the range is also tight, so that's why. I think I will find a good entry, but I don't like the way it's moving right now. Because it went almost 10 pips, like 7 pips touched over here at this point. Okay, so but there was no range, right? So market is rejecting heavily these areas. So even though the market just go all the way down and tap my 10 pips now, I really don't care, because I have to save my money also with while searching for good setups. So I wasn't expecting GJ to move like this, so that's why I have closed everything at break even, and I'm gonna search for a new range. Let's have a look at the 5 minutes. So let me just show you the trades over here. So look, took first trade in EuroCAD, lost around 3.5 pips in this trade. This was the second trade in GBP JPY, lost not I didn't lost anything in this trade, closed at break even. And now see, the market is rejecting that area, so the closing of the trade at break even was a good idea. And look here what's happening in EuroCAD. So EuroCAD, this candle in EuroCAD closed above 1.445242, and the next candle went down and broke the high to move up, but it didn't moved up. It just went up in 3.3 pips, and now it's looks like that it's stuck between this area. So this is the 15 candle over here in EuroCAD. Let's see how this will be going. So now what's the plan for EuroCAD? So the plan over here is, if this candle break its own high, I'm gonna take a buy trade at that point. Okay, Josh, see you later, buddy. Took took 2 trades today, but nothing. GBP should be moving down, but it's not going anywhere right now. This is 45-minute candle, which is about to close in 2 minutes. Let's have a look at the left. 15-minute candle will be closing like with a huge rejection over here, and the next 15-minute candle can wake up and fill the wick. So 45-minute candle closed over here, and it closed below all the previous candles. 45-minute closed like this. 15-minute closed like this with a huge rejection, but it closed below that area. And let's have a look at the 5-minute as well. 5-minute is just garbage. So I'm gonna switch to 45 minutes, and let's add some areas. So over here in 45 minutes, this was the support over here. The candle broke and closed below the support. Now this candle over here can break the low and move down, but I need a retracement before going down, because I don't like the way it's moving right now. Plus we don't have a clean range to the left as well, so let's just wait and watch. So we are here right now, and we don't have a range. Let me check how big this range is. But there is a wick over here, so there's no range. So after that, nope. Okay, so we have a clean range below this area. We have a clean range over here, and the range is about this is a pretty good range. $37 pips. So this range is good, like 37 pips range is there, and I think I'm gonna wait for the market to break and close below this area now to execute sells. Oh, GBP is reversing back. Pound is not strong today, buddy. Pound is really weak. That's why GBP is moving. JPY is moving down. JPY is strong today. If pound would have strong today, then it would have just moved up, not down. So this is about to become another fake out over here after this fake out. Actually, this is not a fake out. Let's just go to 45 minutes. Yeah, in 45 minutes this is a fake out.